What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNC Reacts. Today is Monday Motivation, and I'm here to talk about stop craving attention. Now, what I mean by that is not the idea of kicking it, posting videos, things like that, but to crave it, where it seems that you need the attention, can make you make some very poor decisions, based on whatever your content is, whatever relationship you're in, whatever friendships you have going on. These things can become very detrimental if your craving for attention is not satisfied, right? Prime example, the big conversation right now is Aisha Curry. And because of her media posts, it made me understand that the craving for attention from outside sources can cause you a lot of problems. Now, because of whom she's married to, i.e. Stephen Curry, I would say that she's pretty lucky that she's married to him, because there are a lot of people that would be like, divorce her, get rid of her, start treating her poorly, because they look at everything that she's saying as a form of disrespect. And we don't want that to come off as the norm for how we deal with our relationships. But I will say that I noticed that in her trying to explain her position, her thought processes, and her craving attention, her wanting attention, her being on meds now because of things that she has going on, it can lead to a disastrous thing. Because think about it like this, right? If I'm in a relationship and I want attention from men that aren't in a relationship, or women that aren't in a relationship, what do you think that tells your significant other? That what they're doing is not enough, what they're doing isn't getting the job done, and that you could come off unappreciative to what that individual is doing. So, that craving for attention, especially in the internet world, is something in itself that's alarming, because we're looking for validation. We're seeking attention from people who we don't know, who really don't matter. And what does that bring you? Does it actually bring you happiness? Because I've seen people that try to unalive themselves trying to get the perfect selfie picture because they want to post the perfect picture. And to me, that comes off as an ailment, or something that's not good mentally, spiritually, emotionally, things like that. But it still seems to be the norm push, where, hey, you got to get this attention. You got to be an influencer. You got to go viral. You got to go blah, 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 blah. But at what cost? You see what I mean? So you have to be very mindful of what you're doing and why you're doing it. If you're only doing it for attention, that will become your demise. If you're doing it because you got a goal, you got, things you want to achieve, you want certain messages to get out, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's not going to suck the life out of you. But if it's only for craving attention and you want to feel validated by a group of people, trust me, it's going to go bad for you, because eventually either the crowd changes or it lessens or it grows. But if you become totally dependent on that attention aspect of it, your morals will change in order to keep a crowd coming in. And you don't want that to be the case for yourself. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, and be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody? Peace.